My approach to therapy can be described as solution focused, which works really well with CBT. So if someone comes in and they have a goal, such as I want to stop feeling so anxious so that I could actually go out and meet with my friends regularly, then we would break down the steps into manageable chunks and go through the process of how to do it so that they learn on their own and they're not always needing therapy to meet their goals. But really, it depends on the client, who they are, what they want, and the skills that they bring. I believe that it's important to see the person holistically. So their biology is important, their family culture, how they grew up, how they interact and engage with others, so their relationship styles, because we don't live in isolation. So how do you function in society? What's your view? And all of that's important. But to get there, you have to feel safe. And so my goal would be to connect with the client so that they feel safe enough so that they could disengage from that constant vigilance and have this like little bubble of time where they can actually reflect and process without feeling judged. And so I think that's all very important for our growth, because ultimately we want to have a sense of purpose and we want to know why we are here and to make the most out of the time we have. Success I have had recently was working with a 12-year-old boy with severe ADHD. It had gotten so bad that the school system had decided they really couldn't support him anymore, and his parents were also struggling a lot. So he and I focused on creating a safe space where he can really work on his self-esteem, because it had taken quite a hit with all of the continued, as he perceived, failures. And so the difficulty in this case was that his parents were very afraid to proceed with medication, even though he had had limited success with it in the past. And so their concerns were that he would become addicted to it or addicted to other medication, and that he would be reliant on it for the rest of his life. And so, in addition to working with the student, I also worked with the parents in terms of providing them evidence-based research showing all the pros and cons of using medication, what to expect, what it will do or could do, what it won't do. And so all of that was in discussion for months. And finally, they felt comfortable enough to do a trial period. And what ended up happening was that by this point, there had been some behavioral education. The student was finally able to implement the skills he had been learning because the impulses had been muted to an extent that he felt he was in control. And so he was succeeding in school, and it was really going beyond anyone's expectations, including his own. And so that really improved his self-esteem. He was able to start spending more time making friends with his classmates because they were able to trust him a little more. And so at the end, it worked out really well for him.